Alright, so we have some interesting points here. Alchemy Springs. Create power points periodically. If you just have somebody right there, then they will exactly so be creating power. We have we have 2 lanes to defend from. 1, 2 here. I think this also might be a flyer lane, if I remember correctly. The fact is they will all converge on the left side of this ravine here. So we've got our work cut out for us in identifying what we need to do to defend or so. Fact is, we've got Hinas and Mountain Fairies coming along. What do we do? Of course, I'd love to get a Marissa ASAP. Because Marissa is OP. Now, after that, though, absolutely, I'd love to sneak a Yamame in here. I would be able to, but is that too far? I wanted to be able to damage on the line. That's totally fine. And then the next thing that I'll just have for the future is I want to have a racing down here. That way I'm generating those points. But for now, I just want to shoot. Now, next thing that we need is I need to get a Yuka here. So Yuka is a very interesting tower in that you want to actually have her to deploy on what is basically, like, you want to have all tiles around a Yuka to be fully clear, and I'll explain why. Because the Sunflowers and Sea Plants will spawn on the 8 tiles actually centered around her. I'd say, on all the adjacent towers around her. She gets to summon more Sunflowers the more that she's leveled up. These Sunflowers are, of course, going to be generating points for you. Kind of like how this Racing is generating points for me, just from existing down here. So, Yuka is, of course, your big investment tower, that the more that you invest into her, the more powerful she becomes, and the more that she'll just tacitly generate for you. These Sunflowers aren't necessarily the strongest when it comes to it, but they are going to help out in generating points for you, and, well, you know, she is your econ tower in this game. So, another form of greed for you to take on, if you feel confident with it. Because she herself doesn't do anything, it's really just her Sunflower summons, which... you see, they'll just get, as you level her up, she just gets more and more and more. Now, I am indexing very heavily into the top here, which will absolutely be a problem later on when more enemies start summoning along. But for now, I can greed on the side, because I'm just trying to get Yuka up ASAP. Because the more that the more Sunflowers that she has, the faster my economy will go, and that's what I'm banking on for this mission. It just generates such a large economy that I can deal with any problems that come my way. Because the last upgrade is 220. Those Sunflowers are already pain banked, and so will this Racing here. Or Racing, that's 220, so I can upgrade Yuka to her mats. So now she can have all 12 Sunflowers at her side. And now I can start looking at doing things like upgrading my Yamame here, and also looking to defend the right lane, because enemies are going to start spawning, as we are about to see here. We're going to have wolves coming along, so absolutely I need to have ways to defend against that. First and foremost, I am just going to be running around a bit, putting out a few fires. And then I need to come around and answer these wolf spawns. When they come around. Yep, Silver Wolves. So Silver Wolves. Fast scouts of the Tengu Patrol, their sharp talons will rip and tear all the intruders apart until they are done. Wonderful reference, of course. But the problem I'm going to have to deal with is that they have magic resistance. So I'm going to need this Racing to absolutely put in as much work as possible and help control these wolves on the line. That, or I'm just going to have to swing Rokanten myself and start dealing with them holistically too. Because this Cherno here is really just here to help slow down these wolves, but I'm going to need to get a lot more of a presence to actually help deal with them. So absolutely, another Yamame on the line will help me out here, to help start poisoning these boys down. I need damage just to be done with them. That, and you're seeing here, the economy train that Yuka is providing is going to be so vital for me here. Alright, leave Marissa here to help deal with these boys. I want this Yamame to be leveled up, that way these wolves will tick down faster. I still have a lot of blue mana, I still have a lot of power, so I am absolutely chilling. But I need to have this Marissa come and help answer. That, or I just need to upgrade Yamame more. Let's upgrade this Racing real quick then. And then continue putting out fires. Yeah, those flying bats, whatever, thank goodness the Sunflowers can target them, because then I legit just don't have to worry about them ever at all. This Yuta and this Yamame on the corner here are doing the Lord's work. So much work. And then now, we have such a good presence up here that I can actually just kind of chill. Now, lots of Ravens coming by, but that's why we have our upgraded Racing, of course, when it comes to it too. And then I can have Marissa come back around and start dealing with the Hinas. As for anybody else that starts leaking, I can deal with them myself, Yomu. And then all these small fries are being dealt with our Yuka here. Another solution to my problems could also just be legitimately spawning in another Yuka. Notori Mecha. That does not sound fun. What is a Notori Mecha? I do not remember, and quite frankly, that sounds pretty scary. How much is it to upgrade this Yamame all the way up? 300? Absolutely. It's done. That's good. I can just keep this Marissa right here, quite frankly, for the moment. And then I want this Cherno to go up in power a bit, unironically then. That, or I could get another Yuka that comes to it, but I'm kind of chilling here. I don't think I need another Yuka, potentially. I mean, I say that, but having a Yuka, like, maybe here could be good to help deal with some enemies. Because I want her to be able to summon all the flowers. Okay, first and foremost, Notori Mecha, immune to disabling debuffs. Giant Mecha made with a cap, extremely dangerous when it grants road, AoE damage. And that's just a lot of stuff in general. Honestly, get me a Yuka, that way I can just, you know, I can say I have a lane covered when it comes to it then. That mecha actually isn't too bad to have to deal with there, thank goodness. But I want to have just another way to cover the lane down here. Because if the top's being covered basically by the Yamame or so, then any wolves that come down, I'm basically getting to cut down my workload by half with another Yuka there. That, and it's more econ, baby. I love economy in video games. Thank you for doing the Lord's work and just paying your taxes there, Racing. Problem. Okay, there's way more boys than I'd like starting to come through here, so I'm going to need to reroute a little bit. I mean, it's only flyers actually coming in now here, so I can actually just leave Marissa back here without having to babysit too much. But again, though, I can't deal with flyers myself as Yomu, that's a big problem, though. So I'm just at the whims of if my towers can. Which, thank goodness, it seems like they are without any problem here. Let's summon a Cherno here, though, just to keep things holistically slowed. And then really, I'm literally just playing pick up the economy around the map. Pick up the economy on the map, and then sometimes take care of a few bleeding foes. I do think I want this Cherno to be upgraded more, though. If I get her on the Soaring Field, then I never have to worry about the wolves at this point here. And then even if like a Hina or two is going to start bleeding through, it's not a problem because we have the lanes covered up. Oh, Notori Mecha. I'm just going to slice you to death. Ooh. That's pretty nice to have bomb spots opened up like that, quite frankly. Also, I failed to explain, these areas can be unlocked either with a key or a bomb, which I should have done earlier, but that's a certified maybe moment. But we are 1000% fine right now, absolutely though. I can just keep walking around, having myself a good time, and really not having a care in the world right now, because we are taking care of business. All I'm doing is just listening to the lovely sounds of Yuka's making me a million money. And then just upgrading whoever I want along the line. That and occasionally swinging Rakangan too, but it's not much. It's just honest work that I'm doing right here. Cherno gets to slow down on the zones here, and then it's really just pointing Marissa to cleave through all the physical armor. I'm just gonna come here for half a second to help deal with the Notori robot, but otherwise, it's all done and dusted, and you're seeing here, not too much of a problem otherwise, baby girl. It is a lovely sound to just hear the sunflowers generate stuff, and that, Yuta's such a perfectly done tower in this game, just for her literally not doing anything, just tending to the sunflowers and them just killing all the enemies. It's so good, and you just see that economy. Oh, it's so beautiful. Alright now. Shall I keep going, question mark? Yeah, let's keep going for maybe like 20 minutes more, but I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. Nope, wrong overlay. Alrighty, we're back. Let's do 1 or 2 more missions in this case here before we call it for tonight. Increase damage for all summons, increase defense for all summons. I think I like the attack speed from Danmaku Towers when it comes to it. So let's keep going on. Waterfall of 9 Heavens. The battlefront was pushed back to the Waterfall of 9 Heavens, where Reimu's group encountered ferocious retaliation. Tenues used their strongholds in the mountain and narrow pass as a defense advantage. The battle seemed to be in a stalemate. Now, we're getting on to another, we got Kaguya, who is another one of my favorite, like, I keep saying it every time, another one of my favorite towers. Without a doubt, Marissa is my favorite tower in the game, but Kaguya is a very interesting character, where she functions as a summon character, but she first starts as an anti-air. At level 1, and she summons Lunar Rabbits, which will be basically reverse tower defense as they move backwards along the line. So starting from your base and walking all the way back when it comes to it then. But she is primarily anti-air when it comes to that then. But she's very interesting, and I'm gonna have her replace Alice for the moment to show things off. I'm gonna showcase her because she's another guilty pleasure because you just get to play reverse tower defense with her. But what the problem is gonna be here on this map. We have Dark Ravens, all flyers to begin with, so my Marissa strategy early on is not going to pay off. I can't just level 5 Marissa because I'm not gonna have a way to deal with things. What I will do first though is, you know what, this. And we get a Notori for free. Ooh, oh wow. Now I have a few things that we can do around here. We have a cage or 2 that I can unlock. That's a Cherno on that side if I choose to. So I can have a Cherno or a Notori to start. And that's just a million blue points, almost it seems. Now if I fall off into the middle, I'm just going to respawn. There's not much to do there. And there's not much hidden around here either then. The main thing is that there's this alchemy spring, which I'll probably want to put I think I'll probably have the Cherno, is my thoughts here. Because if I can start slowing the enemies down on this choke point, I think that'd be really good. But I want to summon a Kaguya first and foremost, because he is going to be our main anti-air, which is what I'm going to need to deal with this map. This map is very heavily air units, if I recall. I'm going to summon Cherno right on here. And what I'm going to do is summon Kaguya in the back. I'll put her on the transfer spring just because. So you can see here, for every level that she has, she summons one of her 5 treasures. Or 5 puzzles, as it's called in this game here. And these will home in like homing bullets on the closest air units. Big things you can see, she's a huge anti-air tower. Because she just kind of exists within a huge spear. That, and as you saw on Summon, whenever she comes to it, every now and then, she summons her treasures from the Tritatsu, and from the top of the Tritatsu, but from the bottom, these little Luna rabbits will actually come along and follow the reverse of the path, attacking ground units when it comes to it. So she functions as a very versatile summon tower, because you can summon her basically in the back and have an army of rabbits helping you out the entire time, which is so funny, so cute. And these treasures summon fast at higher levels that she very much so easily controls the flow of battle so well. Because not only does she take care of your aerial problems, so I don't really have to summon recents as much, but she gets to come in on the ground and really help out on the ground game instead too. Because I can just finagle around, and she just holistically gets to deal with enemies all throughout here. These treasures, since they just stack up over time when she's not attacking, allows her to have good burst, and she also just functions very well as just a normal tower on its side as well. Because I'm just going to upgrade this Cherno all the way up, that way she's going to be constantly freezing. Because all these mountain fairies are going to be potentially a problem. But if I just have Kaguya falling back here when it comes to it then, she gets to deal with all the flies that come on by, and then these rabbits get to help out Cherno on the line otherwise then. And then I can just keep doing that, doing that. This is a wonderful showcase of a map for how Kaguya works, because especially so, you're not playing tower defense anymore. It's literally just, I wouldn't say RTS, but think almost like Swords and Soldiers back then on the Wii, if you remember that old classic of a game too. It's just rabbits versus everybody else in the world here. And it's wonderful and it's hilarious to see happen. I think I absolutely want to summon a Yuka, but I want to summon a Yuka where she can get all of her sunflowers spawning when it comes to it then. Now we have some Hinas coming around, so I'm actually going to have to deal with these bozos real quick. So I'm actually going to do is, I'm going to have this Kaguya fall a little bit further back, because I'm wondering where her rabbits are going to spawn. They're going to spawn on this path. Perfect. So now I don't have to worry about these Hinas anymore. I just can keep upgrading these Kaguyas and basically have a rabbit covering each path, and we are chilling. This Cherno is making me money. I think I'm going to have the Yuka maybe right here, is my thought. First and foremost, collect all that money made by the Hina. Then I'm going to put the Yuka to be summon all flowers with 1. Let's do this. Let's have Cherno right here, put Yuka right here, have her be the ultimate money-making machine, and then we just keep chilling here. Because these rabbits actually provide so much covering fire that I don't ever have to worry about this lane anymore now. Because when you enter level 1, it's just these melee rabbits, but level 5, you get these little mortar rabbits too, which gets to function from range and just help pummel. I can just keep sending early. Yuka gets me my econ. I'm really not having to attack at all, because any enemies that come on flying by, these two Kaguyas that didn't take care of it, Yuka gets to be fully leveled now, and my economy is flowing, baby girl. So I'm really just looking to upgrade this next Kaguya, quite frankly. And we just, you know, keep spawning, having fun, following the rabbits as they kind of have their little party here. Yeah, that's right. One big thing to understand is figuring out where you're going to put this Kaguya. No, where to put Kaguyas, because depending on how you are in the path, that's going to change the Luna Rabbit pathing, of course, too. Which is important to understand for how you want to deal with things. But look at that. They're literally dealing with the melee waves just en masse here. So I'm just, it's literally just the anti-air game that I have to worry about. Honestly, yes. Spawn me another Yuka and let me just greed for as much economy as I can. Because these sunflowers get to help holistically deal with things, and it's just economy, baby. Bunny army? Yes! It's so fun! Because Kaguyas can absolutely take over a map by themselves too, and it's just so nice. It is so nice. Is yeah. Oh no, Notori Mecha. Whatever will I do? Let the bunnies take care of it. And the bunnies are gonna take a lot of damage when it comes to it then, but I'm not gonna be worried. Now I do have another new flying enemy though. Ayaya! Agile Tenyu Journalist. Does 3 HP of damage and she is super fast, but if you have a Kaji or two, it's not too much of a problem. It's just that if you don't have good anti-air defense, she will kind of sneak through. So you need to have a good way to burst her down or just, you know, a lot of damage. Bantam with the bunny. I mean, look! The bunnies got past the Kaji and Mecha! And to be fair, Notori is also helping out too, plus all the sunflowers. But they're not getting past this line here. I'm just making sure that my anti-air lines are good. And we just keep chilling on by. Because, oh no, white wolves are so fast. I'm just gonna body block you. And then we just get to chill. Because all these bunnies just keep on moving, baby. I can just keep walking back. Find another good spot for Yuka to plant a million sunflowers. And we just keep winning, baby. We just keep winning. Like, legit, I have so much money, I don't know what to do. Wait, that's a few bombs. Can I do anything with blowing up spots here? Actually, I can. Hold on. Do this real quick. I can summon another Yuka here. I'm not gonna take advantage of the attachment at all, but I don't care. I'm just summoning Yuta for the econ. And also these sunflowers help deal with the crows, so that's actually perfect. And then the bunnies are going to spawn camp the melee enemies as they come along. It's so good, dude. It's so wonderful. So even if it's gonna be a problem, I'm just gonna summon another Kaguya, and we just watch the sparks fly. That's what it does. It gets shot down by all the anti-air presence. And then look at the bunnies, baby! The buns are taking care of things. Now I do see that Ayaya flying on by, but she gets shot down by the anti-air so fast. It's so funny. Yet another Kaguya just because. And it's nobody more needs to do anything. I can just follow the army like a Dynasty Warrior Commander and just come on by. God, what a ridiculous map this is. Look at all the econ, baby! I love economy! Okay. These wolves are kind of getting a little bit closer, but it's okay. Why? Because I'm here, and I have so many more bunnies coming on by now too. And I have so much economy that my game is unironically lagging a good bit because of it. Look at all these bunnies! Look at the army I've got! Oh goodness, and your fortune showing they can't do anything about it? Absolutely, sister. So the only weak part is just like the melee up here, but I've holistically taken care of it now. Because look at this. Look at how ridiculous that is. Granted, there's no magic damage for me to actually help them out with, which is actually the problem here. But I could just move Cherno up, and that would take care of it. I can summon a Marissa to help do some magic damage, and then all the issues are taken care of unironically then. It's that, or to just keep summoning more buns. Because the anti-air game is so taken care of. It is actually laughable how I have no issues with anti-air anymore now. Because yeah, look at all these pros flowing on by, but look at the actual defense fortress that's down here. Look at all of these bunnies just dealing with these wolves down here too. I do think actually spawning a Cherno here wouldn't be the worst, because I actually do need to have a way to deal with these boys. Because the one problem is that once again, I don't have magic damage. So all these bunnies are just kind of hitting these big wolf tengu that have three physical defense. So actually having a Cherno here does holistically help me out. But otherwise, it's no problem, baby. It is no problem at all. Because especially so right here, look at that. They aren't moving an inch, dude. Is there a buff or a heal tower? There is no way to heal the summons when it comes to it, so they're just kind of there. But it's alright. I have a limit on the bunnies. Look at this defense squad here. And then my Marissa can just shred them because they also don't have any magic resist. God, this game is so ridiculous and it's so wonderful. The fact that I'm not having to attack too much as Yomu myself is so good. God, I love these towers. I love these towers so much. Absolutely one of my favorites. New items, Sega. So I never used Sega much in my past playthrough here. So she is another summoner when it comes to it. And the way that she works is that she is a zombie when it comes to it. That she summons Yoshika, you know, our lovable zombie. And if she kills, then she summons zombies in that case then. Well, basically, yeah, infects characters, and if she kills, then they get to infect and create more and more. So another type of summon tower when it comes to be then. The main thing, but she's more focused on helping to deal with hordes of enemies rather than grinding up an army, I guess, in that case. But she's just as interesting too, and we can play around with that. But for now, I got 3 points here. And getting summon units even better is a really hilarious concept. If I go all the way into it then, I can get extra blue points for all the kills that I get from my summons then. Extra defense for the summons. Decreased revive cooldowns, which it's not going to matter as much if I'm using Kaguya more, but for Seija, for Alice, for Ran even, that's actually really important. But extra blue points when summons get a kill. Ooh la la, my economy. Moria Shrine. After being defeated in battle, Tengu's turned to the Moria Shrine for protection. Reimu was going to ask the Shrine Maiden Sanai about the unknown creature, but she still refused to answer any of Reimu's questions. It seems that the Moria Shrine was aspiring something simple. One more for tonight, and then let's end this off So, we have a very interesting map here. We have 4 lanes that we need to defend from here. Or central lanes. Like 4 defense points. And the enemies will come from all angles. And we're also at the Titular Moria Shrine, if you couldn't tell from the frauds. So first and foremost, we have our transfer springs. Let's have a attack spring. We have lots of places to have to look around here. So first and foremost, before the battle starts, let's see what the chests get us. A lot of blue points. Blue points again. These are 100 each. So if somebody gets a chest, then these blue points are just... Like if somebody drops a key, then these are just free 100 each then. Otherwise, these fences are really what I'm going to be looking at for my defense side. So let's restart. Because what I'm probably going to have to do is... 1, Marissa Gaming. Marissa Gaming is so free. Absolutely. An attack spring right here necessarily wouldn't be bad when it comes to it, but I think I want the econ more, and I can worry about the attack spring for 100 when it comes to it then. What I do think I might want, though, is... Let's destroy a fence here. And what I'm thinking here is if I can maybe get a Yuka on a corner to start generating me my econ ASAP. I need to have, once again, Yuka needs to have all spaces that she can be summoned on to generate everything. So having that economy early is going to be very important. That, and we have Fairy Zealots. These fairies seem to be worshipping some ancient deity. They wear weird cult outfits, perform bizarre rituals in small groups. Now, unfortunately for them, I have a level 5 Marissa. So I'm going to burn all of them down ASAP, no matter which lane that they are coming from, just because since they're only coming from the 2 sides, I can kind of cheat this for the moment. And just say, hey, all of you die right now. That, and with this Yuka helping out Olisagri on this side, this helps out a bit. Now we're gonna get some other smaller units on the side here, so I'm gonna have to start worrying on actually burning down a little bit more. So let's put Let's put my Marissa down for 2 seconds and then run back over here to help take care of these Shizuas. I need to have Marissa be shooting straight. And then here is the next grand strategy. Get a Kadia. That way I already have her getting summons throughout all lanes is the idea here for my defensive strategy. If I have Kadia just kind of generating rabbits all around, they can run through the maze with us, in essence, and essentially help me on all sides. Now I have a Yuka at full econ now, which is wonderful here, because with these 4 lanes, this will be a pain to have to constantly run back and forth to defend, especially since I've really indebted so much into both sides. But the Yukas will help, but these Kadias will help me holistically defend, either or. And also, the rabbits spawning in as well means that they will just start running across these lanes, and like I said, holistically help me defend. This is a problem though, because I am not doing too much here. I'm just kind of flailing around, trying to get these summons out. I need to get this Marissa back ASAP, because I need this Hina dead. Alright. Start upgrading this Kadia. That way I can have these rabbits spawning in at a rapid rate, so I can deal with these wolves. Wonderful. Let's get a Yamame already on the corner here too. And then, yep, rabbit economy is real, baby girl. That, and I can also just start shooting downwards at all, like from all these fairies. These waves will thin thanks to the power of Marissa. And the rabbit economy has already started booming, ladies and gentlemen. Next idea, get more Yukas out so that the econ keeps just flowing. And then more Momazis are coming on by, which I will need to start really dealing with then. Fact is, the rabbit economy already flowing is really good. I just need to keep paying attention to where they are spawning. I'm sorry, where they're walking on my path. That way I can just keep redirecting them towards what part of the map is the most necessary. Because otherwise then, it's also just Marissa putting out as many fires as she can. Seems that this Yuka is absolutely taking care of everything here with the help of these rabbits though, so I don't have to worry about this lane too much. Yep, and flyers are gonna start coming by, which is why we have these Kadias. Thank goodness gracious for these Kadias. Now, the summons of the Shizuas and everything like that are going to hurt the rabbit economy, but as long as I just keep paying attention and helping out, and that's not gonna be the worst thing ever. And once again, the Kadias will be able to take care of these flying units for me. Now, having a little bit of extra support won't be bad, but here, we're gonna have one problem. Sanae, Shrine Maiden and Warrior's Shrine. She has worked hard to gather fates are the 2 goddesses of the shrine. She is ranged, but she's also gonna start healing this unit, so I need to really start working to burn down and actually being a more active participant. And if I can, burning down Sanae as soon as I can. So I'm just gonna whack her multiple times with real content. This Yuka is generating so much money for me. It's actually ridiculous. So I need to pay it back as well. Get this Yuka online. Because if I can just not worry about the top ends here, that could actually be such a dream. Well, let's get some Yamame's up actually then too. And then I'm gonna see how much I can cleave, because this, yeah, that laser is doing so much work for me. Because look at how I'm getting to shoot all the way up top there too. Oh, it's so beautiful. Probably need to focus on actually upgrading one Kadia in particular. That way I can get the Rabbit Mortar Squad and basically be doubling my summons. Otherwise, I have good anti-air defenses. I have Resins, I have the Yamamais, and the Yukas are just doing on their own. That can stop the rabbit economy? That's what I'm saying, sister! These rabbits are so good. Okay, it's 380 to upgrade a Kaguya. Run with Marissa here. Everything's being taken care of, quite frankly. I'm just waiting for the next wave, really. Or when I can get my next Kaguya upgrade. It will lovely work. Call the next wave early, because we really aren't struggling when it comes to it then. I think moving this Yamame up a bit earlier in the line, though, that way she can start poisoning and actually start attacking more is big. Otherwise, Rabbit-Con is flowing like wine. It's probably a good idea to put a Cherno here, though. These are my thoughts. And then legit, another Yuka. 1 million Yukas. And that's a lot of enemies that are going to start coming by here in just a second. So I need to be a little bit more on top of things here. Absolutely. I threw a key at a gate instead of just tossing it for the 100 power, which is a problem. Next idea though is getting these Chernos out. That way I can help. That way I can start slowing enemies all the way around. And look at all this money I'm about to make. Holy crap. Get this Yuka up ASAP. And look at all these poor fairies get shredded by Marissa. Holy crap. This tower is so stupid and I love it so much. And I keep upgrading the Chernos because I want them to control the choke points with their slowing. That and they're offering more magic damage for the rabbit physicality. The Tori mechas are about to come around, but that's not the biggest deal in the world. I'd like this Kaguya to start going up if I can help it then. Bomb spots. Start taken care of. Yeah, upgrade next Kaguya. And then I'm literally just pick up the economy, the video game right now. No, these girls are a bit of a problem. I need to move this Racing off here though. And actually upgrade her up because I can't have her be doing magic damage. And actually, I need to start to content a few of these scenarios because if they keep healing each other, I'm actually not going to be able to deal with them. Now, I need to actually cut back on just a second here because there is way too much going on, because there's way too many enemies and I need to not send the wave early. Because the main problem is once again, these scenarios are magic resistant, so my Marissa can't necessarily get through them fast enough. I just need to cut them before they start healing each other too much. Alright, turn the next wave through. Get this Cherno to level 5 so she starts slowing things down. And then just pick up the Slack. I can just generate a million economy from right here. I think I'm good on the Yukas, because this is already wave 12 or 15 when it comes to it, and I already have so many that I'm not going to get as much of an investment out of them. So I do think what I'm going to want to do is just buy more Kaguyas. Kanako, the former goddess of storms, now known as the goddess of mountains, has the power to create a universe. She puts all her effort into gathering faith since the very beginning. She summons Onibasha, she's ranged, and she's flying too, which would be a problem, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have an army as well. You have fairies, I have an army. No, I don't want to immediately summon yet though, because this is a lot of enemies that I need to just start working through, quite frankly. So I need to continue dealing with the chaff here. And then this Kaguya is going to be another crux point. She's helping to control the choke points. But look at the rabbit army. They're everywhere. They're taking care of everything. I took a Kaguya instead of the Marissa by accident. So this Cherno gets to be level 5, so she gets to control the choke point from now on. And then it's all about just burning people down with Marissa. Because these rabbits get to just do everything else. The Trinos I probably need to actually help out with the Tanaka since they have physical defense and the Kaguyas hit for physicality when it comes to it. But that's why I have a good varied damage profile, thank goodness, on that side. And well, I also have a army. Multiple armies, if I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. Honestly, thinking about it, honestly probably is, like, with how things have been progressing, it absolutely wouldn't have been too late to honestly get myself another Yuka, but I'm just kind of here already, Chief. It's just so intoxicating though, just hearing the sunflowers making you so much money. It's so intoxicating. Let's toss these girls around here, that way I just have a little bit more holistic coverage. And Suwako, the true deity of the Warrior Shrine. After being defeated by Kanako thousands of years ago, she now shares the shrine with her. So she can weep around a little bit, which we'll get to see in a bit. And see, she kind of gets to jump around, and the main problem is that would deal a lot of damage to your summons. Now, I'm not necessarily going to deal with that as a problem yet. Yes, a keyword. But she can grind through my rabbits like dust is the main thing. So I need to level a few things up to help deal with her. Primarily, let's take like an Utsuho or two as well for these choke points so I can help control things. That, or honestly, if I just actually get myself another Marissa, I don't know why I've been so anemic to just bind another Marissa and just leveling her up. That way I have 2 beams just kind of glowing globally. It's also, actually, no, I have a decent damage profile when it comes to it, because, Trinos are dealing with the flyers with magic anyway then. They're actually totally fine. Yeah, why didn't I just get a second Marissa earlier to just be globally hitting? I shouldn't be moving the Yuka, I should be moving the Marissa. Then that Notori robot just straight up dies when it comes to it then. Move this Kaguya over here. That way the rabbits can actually help deal with this lane. Do something akin to this. I can roll this Yamame up a pretty decent amount. I'm trying to move this Racing. This lane has been taken care of so much that I really don't have to pay attention to it, which is glorious. I'm just gonna speed up time here because I think we're just gonna slowly grind them out. Yeah, this rabbit army is getting destroyed by the Notori robot, but it's legitimately we have too many rabbits. It's too many of them. I didn't even upgrade this Kaguya all the way. I'm just realizing that now too, hilariously. God, what an economy game. What an absolute economy game this has been. They're only spawning up top when it comes to right here now. But it might be good to move a Marissa or two. Rather, I can have this Marissa actually stand here, rather. She gets to take care of everything. If I have a Marissa stand here, she just shoot in a straight line then. Yes, baby girl. Look at that lovely nature. And then just buy a Racing or two for more physical damage. Because I literally am not caring about the sides here when it comes to it. This Marissa actually shooting all the way across can actually help out. God. Now, this Suwato is kind of getting close to the end, but I can deal with one Suwato when it comes to it. And otherwise, we should be clear. Where is Diamond Days? What a wonderful, wonderful map. The rabbits, the Kadia rabbits are way too good. So we get the Haniwa, which is basically like an on-demand pay some money to have a body block on the path. But that'll be for the future, because for now, we will tow it here. And we'll come around to the Wind God's Lake next time. The map is so funny. It looks like a very horrid map to have to deal with, but it's really not that bad. It really isn't that bad. And then I can also buy overwhelming with my points. So every level 5 summoner on the map, all summons deal more damage. Yes, please, baby. Oh no. Oh no. I am scaling way too powerful now. But that'll be for next time. For now, I will call it there.